Hello, this is Canon Spectacle, and I'm here with another Pauper video. This is a deck that I saw from a tweet made by Alex Ullman. I don't believe he's the initial creator of this deck, but I saw him tweet about it, and he was making a few suggestions on possible changes, which I sort of implemented because so in the original list, it only had 2 Thraben Inspectors, and it had no Vault Scourges, and 4 Slippery Bogle, and I made that change. Anyway, so this is green-white auras. It's not a Bogle deck. It's not a hexproof deck. It's just the creatures it has are basically mid-range value creatures. So we have Thraben Inspector, which pairs well with Core Skyfisher. This can be a chump blocker, or we can stack auras on it. Vault Scourge is basically a 1-mana 1/1 flying lifelink for us, and that is a pretty good target to put auras onto. Got this one of Qasali Pride Mage. Exalted triggers when you're just stacking auras on one creature is pretty good, and then occasionally you want to sack it to blow up an enchantment. Seeker of the Way is now that Seeker of the Way is Pauper legal. This actually works out really well with a bunch of auras. And then finally we've got 3 copies of Heliod's Pilgrim to tutor out auras. Moving on to our actual auras, we got Abundant Growth and Utopia Sprawl as cheap auras that help fix our mana. And Abundant Growth also, since it draws a card, and this also interacts pretty well with the Core Skyfisher. We've got Rancor and Ethereal Armor as these giving my creature trample. It doesn't. The card comes back. That's all pretty useful. We got 2 Armadillo Cloaks, which it's worth noting that Armadillo Cloak is whenever enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life, which is not lifelink. So if you put it on Vault Scourge or Seeker of the Way, you actually gain double life, which can be really critical. Got a 1 of Cartouche of Strength and a 1 of Ancestral Mask. Cartouche of Strength is especially good with Seeker of the Way, because then you get to gain a bunch of life, then you attack and you can gain more life, and you take out their blocker, and when you cast this, it triggers Prowess. All around, you just get a bunch of... I think Ancestral Mask is only in here as a 1 of, just because it's... the deck is only playing 19 lands, and trying to cast a 3-drop might be a little bit difficult. The last non-land card in our deck is Vines of Vastwood, because this deck doesn't actually have any hexproof creatures, so our creatures can be very vulnerable to removal, and Vines of Vastwood you can use Vines of Vastwood to protect your creatures, as well as giving them some extra power to deal the last few points of damage. Mana base is pretty simple. We got 5 plains, 10 forests, I think, then 3 blossoming sands and 1 ash barrens. Moving on to the sideboard, 2 crimson acolytes and 2 obsidian acolytes. These work against the red and black removal. They can also sort of be like hexproof creatures in against decks like that, because it's typically difficult for like control decks to interact with these outside of red and black. Standard Bearer is good against Mono White Heroic. It's also good against Stompy, and etc. Holy Light against like elves or any other weenie deck. Prismatic Strands is a fog type, or the Prismatic Strands. I can't think of off the top of my head right now what matchups Prismatic Strands is, but there are matchups where it's really good. Got a Dust to Dust for Affinity. Kasali Pride Mage also sort of fills there. Got another Cartouche Strength in case we're in a matchup where being able to fight their creatures is good. The Flaring Pain is a hedge against the Tron decks that play Moments Piece. Gut Shot is another card for Weenie Aggro decks, and Relic of Progenitus is for graveyard decks. So that's Green Red Auras. I'm going to go play a match with it. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. It's a great way to support my channel. And with that, this is Cannon Spectacle, and I will see you in the next video.